Hello and welcome to how to make a chart and graph from your stock market information. So you see I'm here on the class website on Stock Market Game, and I'm going to use bar chart through most of this to get information about my stocks. I'm also going to use Microsoft Excel as my program to chart and graph this. So at the top, I'd like you to write company name in cell A1, and I'd like you to write ticker symbol in A2. In A3, I'd like you to write the words date, and then I'd like you to write price divided by share, meaning price per share. I double-clicked between B and C to widen the column width to hold all of price per share. For company name, I'm going to make an example spreadsheet for Apple, and for ticker symbol, they are AAPL. I'm going to show a graph of how they have done over the last week. You'll start your graph on the day that you buy each stock, so a lot of your stocks will start on the first day of the stock market game. You will only need to graph them as long as you own them, so as soon as you sell them, you can stop graphing them. You'll need to make a new graph for each of your stocks, so I'd like you to call it whatever the stock is, so right-click on sheet 1, rename, and write the ticker symbol. You'll need to make a new sheet for each stock that you own. So say the first day you decided to buy stock in Apple, Cat, and Lowe's. These are the three that you would use. To make new sheets, you just click this button here and it gives you new sheets, and you can make as many as you want. So back to our Apple sheet, date and price per share. I'm going to graph as if I bought my first shares last week. And notice that I enter it in this format, but as soon as I click somewhere else, it goes to this format, and that's fine. To find the price per share, I go to bar chart. It brings up this information here, and I click on the chart on the right, and that'll bring up a little better chart. When you're graphing, you should choose every day to either graph the opening or the closing of the stock. So in other words, where it was for the opening or the closing. I'm going to graph the open cost. So the first day on my chart was the 24th. I hover my mouse where I think the 24th is. And you can see down at the bottom here, months, and then it graphs all the days in the months. But remember, as I said, the stock market's only open Monday through Friday. So it's just graphing 20 days each month, and often less. So let's see, January 24th is here. I hover my mouse here, and then up in the yellow comes this information. I'm going to look at the opening, and it was 425.10. I'm going to continue to do the same thing for the other days of the month. So here you see I made a whole spreadsheet for a whole week worth of Apple in about 3 minutes. Now you'll want to be doing lots of different stocks, but you'll only be doing one day at a time, so it'll be much quicker. Now to graph it, I start by clicking on the date, and then I drag so that I highlight all the dates and all the price per shares, and I let go. Then I click Insert, Line, and I click the first line graph that comes up. This is a great graph. It's really easy to make. You can change your graphs up in the right up here under Design so that maybe you'd like it to be a black background, so you can go ahead and do that. I would like you to use a different layout. So you see up here where it says Chart Layouts. If you press this button right here, the arrow, then I'd like you to click layout 6, so it looks like this. Click over here on the series 1. You don't need that label because we're only going to have one series at this point. Double click where it says chart title and erase it and replace it with the stock ticker name. And then same thing again with axis title, and this should say price per share in USD, meaning US dollars. So there it is, just a little a quick chart, and that only took me about 5 minutes to make. I hope yours goes quickly too.